user 23 did not have enough funds on their virtual credit line to cover for the amount due. So, we're now ready to examine how a locked user's credit line with enough funds on it may be accessed in order to actually purchase in-cart items. Let's take a look at the members database table and specifically at user 20 with a member ID of 10. This user has a full $1,500 credit line, which will be more than enough to cover all items in the shopping cart. Next, let's log in as user 20, which would be the second existing user out of two ones, meaning user number 2 of 2. We'll scroll upwards to get to the page top and the login section. We'll click Login, Custom, thus move to the Login page. We'll type in user 20 in the user ID text box and 123456 in the PWD text box, then click the Login button. As soon as we've logged in, we'll notice some changes on row number 10 in the members database table. For example, the is in table field has a 1 in it to designate a logged in status for user 20. Some other thing that this user has been assigned is a session ID value. The last two date-time table field pairs modified would be those of login date and login time with today's date, namely December 5th of 2014, and current server system time, namely 12:45 p.m. respectively, versus logout date and logout time, which each would have an n/a value assigned to them. Thus, having logged in, we'll be redirected back to base page, namely ~custom01 products.aspx, which is the product selection page. Now, if we scroll downwards, we'll get to the shopping cart listing, underneath which we'll notice some better numbers. The line of available credit line funds would read $1,500, where the shopping cart total line below it would read $879.62, which means that we have enough money to cover for all items in the cart. Not only that, but we could even purchase yet another high-priced item or several low-priced ones. So, let's purchase another item then. We'll scroll upwards to the product selection list box portion of the page. On the primary type list box, we'll pick development. On the secondary type list box, we'll pick SDK, which is short for Software Development Kit. Finally, on the product list box, we'll pick the item of Windows SDK, then set the number of licenses at the product quantity text box to 1. This product's price is $549.89, which should fit in okay. We'll scroll downwards a bit to get to the cart control panel, then click the Add to Cart button. We'll scroll downwards a little more to get to the shopping cart listing. We'll notice a new item row for item ID of 194, which is one license of the item we've just added in, namely Windows SDK of 800 MB in size for $549.89. Looking at the pending orders database table, we'll find its reflection in the shopping cart listing, as the third data row here is item ID of 194 that we've just added in. Cart statistics has updated as well. Cart count reads 3 items. Cart size reads 1.85 GB. Shopping cart total reads $1,429.51. Specifically, in-cart items are in the pending orders database table. On data row number 1, we'll notice item ID of 192 with product ID of 20. In the products database table, on the data row with product ID of 20, we'll notice that the title is Microsoft Office 2007, the unit size is 900 MB, and that a single unit price is $249.89. Again, in the pending orders database table, on data row number 1, we'll notice 3 licenses for quantity, and the total amount is $749.67. Next, in the pending orders database table, on data row number 2, we'll notice item ID of 193, with product ID of 36. In the products database table, on the data row with product ID of 36, we'll notice that the title is Kaspersky, the unit size is 150 megabyte, and that a single unit price is $129.95. Again, in the pending orders database table, on data row number 2, we'll notice 1 license for quantity, and the total amount is $129.95. Last, in the pending orders database table, on data row number 3, we'll notice item ID of 194, with product ID of 40. In the products database table, on the data row with product ID of 40, we'll notice that the title is Windows SDK, the unit size is 800 megabyte, and that a single unit price is $549.89. Again, in the pending orders database table, on data row number 3, we'll notice 1 license for quantity, and the total amount is $549.89. Now, since the shopping cart total is $1,429.51, and the available credit line funds for our currently locked-in member, namely user 20, seems to be of the full amount, meaning $1,500, we can scroll downwards, get to the cart control panel, and click the checkout button. This time around, it seems that user 20 has enough funds to cover for the amount due.